And welcome, guys. It's your Frogman here, King Pep II, bringing you some more Brown Desk 2 content. Have the lovely and sexy ladies here for my PNG, Sylvia and Rubia, because I wanted to get pumped up, but I was already pumped up for this one. But yeah, so wanted to set the occasion because we have the lovely Sylvia now, and here are the notes for her, as well as the upcoming news on the new event, Beauty on Duty. And of course, like I said, Sylvia. Okay, so let's hop into it. But before we get into it, if you enjoy the content or you're new here, like, subscribe, and any comments down below. You can follow me on my socials and the links below. So let's get it started. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I know that recently, I know there's been a lot going on in the Brown Desk 2 community ever since that last live stream happened. And if you want to know more about it, you can check out my other VOD on my playlist here for Brown Desk 2. But today, we're going to be talking about just the update. Okay? So, let's get into it. Okay, so seasonal event story, Beauty on Duty, is going to be about the basically, I wouldn't say it's like brand new, but it's also, I guess it's just basically from a different perspective, I guess, from Schera and Teresse, but they are still going to be in this because, let me just read it. Here is the banner for it. I know, very spicy. And yes, why is Teresse wearing a milky bikini? Well, that's because this is also going to be her prestige skin. So if you aren't interested in it, sadly, I know it is a costume gotcha. I know costume gotchas are like one of the worst things to ever happen, right? And it's true, it is. But that's how it is. Instead of it just being a simple, buy, let me just, go buy this one time and click and I'm done. I know it's an easier system to just do it, but that's how it's done. But if you want it, it is going to be available, as well as Rubia. Rubia is going to be later on, though, for her update, as well as Schera here. She is rerunning. But here we go. So, the story. The bikini contest that was left unresolved due to the commotion caused by the Modesty Corps is making its return. So yeah, that was in like the last summer event with the Modesty Corp. That was actually with Mikaela, though. She was the one you were fighting against with that. The winning prize is a highly valuable jewel, the Flame of Gila. Schera and Teresse are stepping back into the competition once again, determined to claim the jewel prize for themselves this time around. Oh, Schera. She's so obsessed with jewels, right? On the other side, Rubia showed up wearing a maid bikini. She tracks the mafias who are looking for Flame of Gila while pretending to participate in the contest. Cutthroat competition for the winning and the appearance of the powerful new contender who changes the game. Will Schera be able to seize victory alongside Teresse? So this is kind of like that running theme they go with for Schera and Jules. I really do love the fact that they kept that, because like in the main story, she's obsessed with monet stones, right? So like her alternative self is more obsessed with you know, jewels, and she's always trying to win like a prize from this. It happened in the first one, Summer Night, but she lost. Last year she lost too. So this year, who knows? Is she gonna win it or not? I don't know. I have a feeling she's not going to, but we'll see. So let's see. Each episode unlocks sequentially as you watch them, and some episodes will be open after a set period. So normally how I do these, as you all know, if you've watched my videos on this, is I usually just wait until all of them are unlocked, and then I just make a video of it with no commentary, just a straight playthrough, watch along, so that, the immersion isn't broken. That's how I normally do those videos. So just so you guys, can enjoy it fully through. The last one was incredible, by the way, with Olivia. Love it, by the way. Loved it so much. I really enjoyed the story. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to go to, Crab Mother is going to be reappearing in this fight as well. It is going to be a fire type. So this is why, Sylvia is here. You know how they do, right? And then like the next one is going to be the newer one. I think it's called the Bay Watcher. And that's going to be with Rubia and Most likely Leatrice too, because it is going to be like a burn, a DOT type situation again. So be ready for that. Okay, be ready for that. Okay. So here you guys go with the events here. Just what's going to be happening with the the rewards, I should say, at the event shop. Okay. Let's see. So here we go. So season event bonus costumes. And if you possess the event costume designated for each season event, you can obtain additional event currency at a certain rate from specific season event content. The costumes eligible for bonuses during the season event from August 13th to August 27th are as follows. So, Bikini Agent Sylvia, Beach Vacation Morphia, Pool Party Shada, and Pool Party Angelica. So basically, you get extra reward currency for like stages if you have these costumes. Now, you don't have to have them like on the field. It's just saying if you have them just unlocked, it just counts towards having, extra rewards basically. So, something that I feel is always a nice thing to have. And then the new special guest, Bikini Agent Sylvia. Yeah, she's going to be at the Faded Guest, guys. So, how this goes is you just need to have her unlocked one time. Okay? And that's all you need to do. You don't have to plus her if you don't want to. But you just have to have her unlocked. And then she'll appear at the Glippy Diner as a choice. She'll just be standing there. She'll have like a heart she'll have a heart icon above her head. And then you just like click on her and then just follow the steps there. So very simple, very easy to do. Okay? But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I am going to be streaming this over on my Twitch channel, by the way. So if you want to see the lovely and sexy Sylvia, I'll be there. I'm online every single day. But yeah, so I am very, very excited for this one. I'm very, very excited. I've been saving up, so very excited. And also, I really did need another Sylvia as well as another Rubia. So this is actually something I really, really am looking forward to because of that as well. But yeah, so here she is. Here's some like art for it. Now I'm not sure if they changed her what's it called? Her skill cutscene, because I noticed that in the last dev notes that I saw, it showed that the art was changed slightly. It wasn't completely like, altered, but some of it was changed slightly because the one that they demoed on their live stream, she ended up losing her top along with her bottom half of her swimsuit was completely off, right? And we saw like that really spicy scene going on there. But in the art, when they showed us it, it showed that she still had her top on, but obviously her bottom half was gone as well. And it was depicting the same situation and the same I don't know what you would call them because I have to do the story, but they were like the bad guys, except in this case they were a bunch of women fighting against Sylvia, and like one of the women was like buried in her like a certain area, and they still kept that though, but it was kind of altered. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's if they changed it to that one or if they're gonna keep the one where they had it in the demo, but we're just gonna have to see. I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day because I was like, wait a second, these two look a little different. But like I said, nothing too like huge change, so to say, with it. Okay, so Teresse prestige skin here, guys. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So yeah, it's gonna be a lucky draw or costume gotcha type system. So if you want to spend money on this, and I don't know if you want to show some love to the devs, here's your way of doing it. It's very easy to do, guys. Okay, much like if you went for Eustia's, it's the same thing. SD character model has special effects added to them when they dash, when they stand still as well. You also get a brand new skill cutscene out of it, and also the prestige skin is very easy to equip. You just go to the character menu and you just change it. It's very simple, very, very simple to do. And obviously I am going to be going for it. I'm going to showcase it. I'm going to show you guys. Now obviously here on YouTube I might not be able to get away with it unless, well, I could, but the thing is it would make the content 18 plus if I showed you guys it on here on YouTube. So like I said, I'll stream it over on Twitch, and that's how I'll show it off. But Yeah, it is going to be for Beachside Angel Teresse. So here's the thing: you don't have to have her unlocked, and if you go for the prestige skin, you could still actually play the cutscene, or you could still play the interaction scene. However, you just won't get like the skill cutscene that goes along with it because you don't have her unlocked. But fear not, because I am going to show you a little later what's going to happen with this. Okay, fear not. But yes, that's how you do this. Okay, so you just use prestige skin lucky draw tickets, and that's how you do it. Okay, and I'll get back into the rest of this because, like, I'll talk more about this later because I did see this. I did see something really, really nice for anyone that doesn't have Beachside Angel Teresse. So be prepared for this. Okay, 5, the mini game. So it's called the Slap Slap Pop. They did actually showcase this on their live stream. They had a little demo of it. Shout out to the lead producer and everyone that helped her out with it as well. Very much love for her, okay, because she did an excellent job. This is basically a rhythm game, except if you didn't see the live stream or if you didn't watch, anything of it, so this will be more of a surprise for you, okay? I won't spoil it too much unless they have a screenshot of it. Then obviously you'll see it. But it's basically you slap their butts. It's a rhythm game. I know, right? It is. It's supposed to be very fun. It actually does look fun. Okay, it actually looks a lot of fun. I know. You're slapping booty, guys. Literally slapping their booties. You have 5 choices of butts to choose from. There's let's see. There's Venica, Zenith, Eclipse, Nebris, and Teresse. So you have 5 choices here. I was very surprised they actually didn't add Wilhelmina. I was very shocked about that, considering how she is very popular with a lot of new players. So who knows, though? They always update their mini games, so you never know. There could be added more choices here, okay? Later down the line, you never know, because we have a lot more, you know, bikini costumes for the lovely ladies of summer. Because I counted them all together, and I think there were like 14 altogether, I believe. So yeah, there's a lot more that they could add here, and also additional ones in the future. So you never know, guys. Never know. But yeah, this game does look a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Sorry, guys. I just woke up. Okay, my English isn't that good right now. But yeah, so very excited. There's gonna be three difficulty stages. So normal mode, hard mode, and challenge mode. Hard mode and challenge mode they described as that's more along the lines if you want to rank. So yeah, there's a ranking system. So if you want to place first, and the booty slapping event here, you have a chance to do this. It rates your scores, um, and you also get to listen to some really nice soundtracks from the game. And yeah, normal mode is more along the lines of a tutorial type stage, which obviously I'll be doing first just to get the hang of it. Um, Mobile, it's gonna be basically 2 buttons on the side of your phone. For us here on PC, it looks like it'll either be the A and D button on the keyboard or the arrow keys. So depending on which direction they go with that, I have a feeling it'll be like the arrow keys because like the that Monster Fiend Hunter event that they had, the Souls like, which I really really love and enjoy. We are going to be getting that, by the way, permanently added to the minigame um, roster here now. Okay, their arcade mode. So if you want to keep playing that, it'll be available permanently after the update does happen. So yeah, and that's a really fun one too, for especially for anyone that likes challenging themselves in like Souls like situations. It is actually built like a Souls like. I kid you not. I played it so many times. It is tough. But yeah, so that's what's happening with this. And yeah, they did add. It also supports silhouette mode. So if you want to be outside and you want to, you got the urge to slap some booty, right? And have a nice rhythm game to it, there is a silhouette mode that you can enable. I don't know how it's gonna look like, to be honest. I think if anything, it'll be just like this big, massive black, I don't know, shadow in the middle. That's the thing about it. Like, I really don't know how they're gonna do that. I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, obviously, I don't use silhouette mode for anything, so or censorship. So I don't know how it would work, but let me know how you guys feel about it. Okay, so here we go. So it tells you a little bit about the notes. So the regular notes, long notes, and slide notes. So all you got to do is hold down for like the long notes and slide notes. So you guys know this, right? You know how rhythm games work, right? But yeah, it'll give you some direction in this too. There's a mode called Fever Mode. It's basically you just keep slapping the booty, really, really hard and fast. You get extra bonus points for this. Um, even tells you displayed it. It was wild, man. It was a wild visual when they showed it on the demo. That's why I said it looks very fun and exciting to play. And honestly, you won't get bored by it. Trust me on that. You won't get bored by that. And also, they have some bonus furniture. Yes, they do, guys. I know it's crazy. And they probably I don't know if they have a photo of it down here, but so they are going to be rewards. There's going to be all of them are going to be stuck in the wall with their butts hanging out, right? And you're going to see them on the like their other half on the other side with their faces. So, um, Venica, Eclipse, Nebris, Zenith, Teresse. You'll be seeing them as furniture. I know it's crazy, like I said, but rhythm game skins, beach, vacation Eclipse, laid back lifeguard Nebris, poolside guardian Zenith, and beachside angel Teresse. So there you go with that rhythm game skins there. Okay, so here are the rewards for this. A lot to look forward to, guys. Okay then, lots to look forward to. Okay, so they also now have a new support system here. And this was something I was waiting for them to do eventually. And guess what? It has happened. This is why I said Brown Dust 2 is very nice with a lot of these updates. Quality of life updates always get updated in Brown Dust 2. Like, it is one of the games that I have always seen quality of life never fail in. Like, for real. It's been like, it's just like updated every single time. Like, no joke. They've had so many of them at this point that I'm like, damn, man, we live in the good life. I mean, all these quality of life, patches that we've had. It's incredible, actually. It is incredible. But yeah, so this new one is going to be basically, so let's say if you're new to the game, right? Or if you're somebody that's still having a little bit of trouble getting past a certain stage, well, fear not, because now you can have a support character system, meaning you can actually borrow a friend's or a random, player who you don't know. You can borrow their costume, or I guess in this case, character to use on the field, right? And you'll be able to have them on your team. I believe and I believe they even say it too, how many times you can do this. I think it's like 3 times. And you also get like deco coins that you can use for furniture buying as well. So let's see. Yeah, support characters can be used up to 3 times per day per content type. Content type. So let's see. After using support characters 3 times in season event, normal battles, you can still use them 3 times in story pack battles. So when entering a battle, a recommended support character may appear based on certain conditions. The recommended character can only be used 3 times per day in total, regardless of the content type. I believe that means like what, element type? If you use the recommended character 2 times in season event battles and 1 time in a story pack battle, total of 3 times, it won't be available again until the next daily reset. Okay, so you can only, okay, so it's just an all-together thing then, that means. So it doesn't matter if you're fighting with them in a story pack battle, right, in the main story, or if you're using them for a season event battle, which is basically like the, the the normal battle, challenge battles that they have along with their story in their menu. So that's what that means. Only 1 support character can be borrowed at a time. You cannot switch to a different support character once the battle has started. Makes sense? If other players borrow the support character you have set, you'll earn 2 deco coins per borrow. You can obtain up to 20 deco coins per day. Support rewards, deco coins are cumulative, and any excess will carry over to the next day. So if your support rewards reach 25 deco coins, you'll receive 20 coins for the day, and the remaining 5 coins will be available after the next daily reset. The friend list capacity will also be increased from 20 to 30. So, very nice system, guys. Very, very nice system there. Something to look forward to. And here we got some quality of life improvements, like I said again. So pack shortcuts. You'll be able to switch packs instantly from the field screen with a single tap. If you tap the shortcuts to resend Story Pack, Character Pack, Content Pack, Event Pack will show up at the bottom side of the field screen for the landscape mode and the left side of the field screen for the portrait mode. You'll be able to pin the packs by tapping the pin icon at the top right side of each pack's image. Pinned packs are always aligned from the left side automatically. The automatic feeding button for food has also been relocated to the character HP UI section. However, it does not show up in the safe areas. Okay, so returning to the field adjustment. Returning to the field from home screen will be changed to be more visible. Return to the field button will be added at the bottom right side of the home screen next to the pack image. So it's just basically an easier way for you to, like, I guess teleport on over instead of having to do it manually. Quick hunt adjustment. The visibility of the quick hunt button in the field screen gets improved. Quick hunt button will be added to the right side of the home screen, which will lead you to the world map. So let's see. Because I was gonna say something about this. Field character setting button separation. The field character setting button has been changed since it was difficult to locate. Field character setting button will be added at the bottom of the field screen. And the hunting ground movement adjustment. Hunting ground option will be added in the auto move tab, which is at the upper right side of the minimap. You'll be able to instantly move to the current pack's hunting ground when you select it. You'll now be able to instantly move to hunting grounds from passes and missions. Auto hunting now stops when you run away during the battle to prevent an inconvenience that keeps the player from encountering monsters due to auto hunting. Okay. Okay then, so basically, now it's been a while since I've done this because I don't know how long I had to do it because it was part of like a special pass that you did when you were a beginner. When I was doing this, when I was playing, you had to do hunting grounds a certain amount of times, and I think it was like 3 or 5 times, something like that. From what from what I looked at, and even in the live stream, I believe it's like instead of you hitting the auto hunt function, instead of clicking that and then you manually seeing them run towards it, it just automatically teleports you to the hunting grounds, I believe. I'm trying to think. I think that's what they were meaning by this, which makes it a lot easier because the thing is, if you were like, let's say in the village or the city area, the safe place, the safe zone, you didn't have to watch them manually walk or run, I should say, all the way to like the hunting grounds. Yeah, it'll just like teleport you there straight. I believe that's what this means. And yeah, a lot of the UI did change too now. It makes it a lot easier for you to go now where you want to go. So I'll like show it off too in the live stream when I do mine with Twitch. I'll show it all. Tower of Pride improvements, guys. So the system is changed to a clear record base instead of a 2-week ranking base. Daily rewards will be given at each daily reset based on the score you reached. The daily rewards are based on the sum of scores from cleared floors. The daily rewards are as follows. So here you guys go. These are the rewards now. Okay, achievements related to Tower of Pride will also be revised and distributed accordingly. However, the clear record and experience for the deleted achievements will be retained. The ranking status in the castle safe zone will be removed, and the rankings previously viewable from the NPC Garneth will be replaced with a past rankings text. Ranking information will be removed from both the Tower of Pride entry screen and user information screen. Okay, so for me, I'm not much of a how should I say, a competitive with rankings. I more or less play the game just to get the rewards and also to enjoy the content. But I don't normally do a lot of like rankings or work on that usually. I know for a lot of other players that's special, so this will actually be, I believe, a more for you, for if you're like competitive in the game. That's more for you guys. But I believe this is supposed to be the reward system is instead of waiting, because they were also explaining this too in their live stream as well. Instead of it, because it used to be a what was how long was this before? It was actually a lot longer, I believe. And to get the rewards, you had to wait around. Is what I mean by this. Well, I'm just gonna have to see how this looks like on the game because, like I said, I normally did the Tower of Pride, um, and I really didn't have an issue with it. I'm gonna be honest with that. For me, I felt the rewards were already like well done, but I didn't see too much that needed to be like fixed with it. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, I'm not a very competitive person with ranking systems. I just did it for the rewards, basically. That's what I did it for. But yeah, so I'll see about this. We'll go, like I said, we'll go through it when the update does happen on my Twitch channel. I'll go through it all. I gotta see what this looks like visually, with that. Sometimes I have to look at something visually, guys. Okay, this is how my brain works. So, but if you understand what they mean by this, then I really hope it does help you guys out. Then, but yeah, I have to like see this visually. Um, Changing costume suggestions, setting improvements. Okay, so the changing costume suggestion pop-up feature, which I actually do know, feature will be improved when players obtain characters or costumes they do not already own. So current equip costume, change representative character, setting home menu cutscene, setting home menu standing illustration, and change the automatic level up. Automatic gear equipping will be added to the current. Oh, nice. So basically, every time you unlocked a new costume, let's just say like in the banner, for example, at the bottom of the screen, it would pop up like something like right here, like in this area. Something would it would like pop up, right? And it would ask you, did you want to change your costume to the new one that you basically just unlocked? It'll give you the option, a check mark, right? Or not. Like if you could choose. Well, they're gonna add a little bit more now to that function. Instead of it just changing your current costume, you'll be able to now what looks like change the home menu or the wallpaper on your screen now, as well as see what types of gear that you can put on them. Which I don't really know how that would work because the thing is, you already have the gear on them, right? So like, how would that work? You know what I mean? Like, how would that work? Because they're the same character, right? And costumes are just basically, um, other battle suits basically that you use on the same character. But you're still, you still have the same gear on. So that's what I mean. Maybe it just gives you the option just in case you want to change your gear. Like, you know what I mean? Normally, I don't really do that unless I'm fighting in a, certain setting with like fiend hunter bosses. I just change out the gear and borrow it, from like my other costumes. That's how I usually do it because ancient crystal isn't something that's always as available. So I don't really craft as much as I would like to. So that's mainly the reason why. I don't really have. Well, I wouldn't say I don't have a lot of UR gear. It's just that I'm trying to go for like a lot of the top tier ones, like tier 4. But yeah, I'm just wondering how this is gonna work with that. But yeah, everything else, however, is actually something I do understand here. But yeah, so that's just gonna be a little bit of something that they add with it instead of it just being a simple like costume switch. Now you can like do, wallpaper settings, um, and also you can equip gear if you want to change out the gear now. And yeah, so there's something else right there, guys. Shop UX adjustment. The package menu in the home screen will be changed to paid shop menu, and overall UI will be adjusted. Monthly diamond packages and paid diamond shop will be included in the paid shop menu. So basically, this was just basically they're gonna have it in the menu. It'll be in the bottom home screen, and everything that has like paid, content, it's all gonna be in one area instead of it being, some here, some there and some, different part of like their UI. It's actually just going to be all together now. So if you want to just be a whale and you want to go for it, right? It'll be just in one menu and that's it. Like you won't see it anywhere else. It'll be all in that one menu, which I think is really nice because it actually, it doesn't give like that. It won't give off the vibe, that other games do, where you see prices here and there, trying to get you to buy something. It's all just gonna be in one menu. That's it. Like that's actually pretty cool. I like that. You know, it's all gonna be in one menu. That's basically what this is, in a nutshell. Evil Castle expansion. So Tower of Desire, Tower of Wrath, and Tower of Jealousy. They'll be expanded to 50 floors. So basically, all of them will have 50 additional floors, which means for us veterans as well, that's 50 additional floors with rewards to look forward to for completing each one. So very excited for this because, a lot of us have already completed a lot of the towers by now. A lot of the veterans, I should say. So having an additional 50 floors, it'll be actually more challenging. Oh my gosh, that is true. It is actually going to be more challenging. However, you are still going to get rewards now for completing each floor. So that is something that is something to look forward to. Okay, so let's see here. Minigame Fiend Hunter Edge of Fury, which was the minigame they had before, which I said is the Souls-like game, right? Where you get to control the character this time around. Now, I have to play it on controller because I cannot do it on mouse and keyboard. I have to do it on controller. And yes, it is supported by controllers, so that's also an incredible feature, by the way. So, Fiend Hunter, Edge of Fury will now be available permanently. Blade and Teresse will receive additional balance adjustments. Hard and very hard multiplayer difficulties will be adjusted to be easier. Okay, so here's the thing with this, guys. When this first released, this was actually very tough. I kid you not. It was like I was playing Elden Ring or Souls. Like, I kid you not. It actually was very challenging. So I'm not sure what they mean by they're going to adjust it to be easier. Honestly, I think it's a challenge. It's challenging as it is already with it. On normal mode is actually challenging alone. When you went to hard and very hard mode, you could not get hit. That was the thing about that. You could not get hit because you would lose so much health. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a good thing for players that love the challenge or necessarily, I don't know. But overall, it actually was a very tough minigame when it came to fighting. Now, me personally, I enjoyed it because it was a very big challenge, right? It wasn't an easy thing to, to go about doing. I'm not sure how now, since they said they're going to be adjusting the difficulty a little bit, maybe it'll nerf the damage that they do on you a little bit instead. So you won't like lose as much health. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think about with this. I would just keep the health bar the way it is because they had a lot of health. They were like tanky enemies. But yeah, I'm not sure how they're gonna do that. So I am gonna look forward to this. I'll try it out too. I'll try it out again as well when this is released. The movement speeds of characters will be adjusted to be faster overall. Okay, I could see that. They were a little bit slow when you think about it. Anybody who's played it, so I can understand that. The stamina recovery speeds of characters will be adjusted to be faster overall. Just evade and just guard will be adjusted to make their activation timing more forgiving. That was another thing. So you had to be very on top of the what's it called? On top of the the countering and the evade. You had to time it perfectly. The iframes in it, I would say, was very similar to Neo's system when it came to evading. So basically, in Elden Ring, if you jumped or in a Souls-like game, like when you evaded, you could technically still not get hit overall, even when they did an overall like spin move or something like that. You would be able to dodge all of it. The thing with this was and you notice it very clearly too. So one of the bosses in the Fiend Hunter was they swept their tail around, right? So when you evaded, right, you would evade it, and let's say you got it perfect, right? And you timed it perfect. However, the thing was, it could still hit you if it's if they spin back around really quickly, it could still hit you. So that was the thing about this. Like I said, it was very similar to Neo's system because I remember in Neo 2 that happened a lot to me. I would like evade something, but then in a follow up move, immediately what happened, I would get hit. So it was like very similar to that situation. So I wonder how they said it's gonna be more forgiving. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm not saying that was a bad thing. I'm just saying you had to time it perfectly, like really perfectly. You know, especially with the countering. The countering with Grunhilde was another one. You had to time that perfectly, as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. In all honesty, I like the challenge. I didn't mind it too much. The speed for the movements of the characters, I can't say that had to be a little bit increased because it did feel like they were kind of slowish, especially if you were playing with like Teresse, because Teresse was built more like of a tank. So you had to like I don't know her movement needed to be increased. Blade and Grunhilde were really the only two whose speed on the field was actually fast. You know, because Grunhilde, she has a wing, right? She's one of she's a Valkyrie, so she could fly. And Blade, well, she was just overall fast. Especially when you fought with her. She was very very fast, but she didn't have a lot of like armor, so like she couldn't really like take them hits like Teresse could and Grunhilde. But yeah, so let's see here. Teresse and Grunhilde will be adjusted to be able to cancel other actions to use their special skills. The attack range of Blade will be adjusted to be wider overall. The speed of Blade's basic attack and evade action animations will be adjusted to feel faster. Okay. The speed of Teresse's skill animation will be adjusted to be faster overall. Grunhilde's animation for the final basic attack will be changed, and rankings for single and multiplayer modes will be reset. Ooh, that sucks for anybody that did a. That sucks for anybody that had a high score on that. Well, hey, at least they worked on some things here with this. But overall, I just want to see the speed change, be a little bit faster. That's all I would have said. But everything else, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So it'll most likely be a little bit easier, especially for players that do enjoy it and didn't want to, be as hardcore as like let's say a Souls like player that saw this mini game and was like going all out for it, right? But it is understandable considering the game technically isn't Souls like, but this is just a mini game that they did for fun. I still say the challenge aspect of it was challenging, but you know what? I'm still gonna give it a shot because I really do enjoy the Fiend Hunter Edge of Fury mini game. And in all honesty, I would love to see more added to it later on, even more characters. I would love to see that happen. You know, maybe add someone with magic, like Celia, Eclipse, Morphia. You can have that happen. You know what I mean? Add some more battle suits to it. That'd be very fun to see. There's a lot of potential with this, by the way, that they can do with this. There's a lot of potential that they can do with this mode. Okay, so let's see here, guys. Um, Gear UI improvements, stat icons for HP, attack, and magic will be distinguishable from percentage stats. Okay, so this was actually something a little bit unique that I found. You would have to see a picture though to get the actual visual of what this would look like. They should have actually have had a visual here. I'm not sure if they do or not. No, well they have a visual, but it's not of the gear. But yeah, like I said, when I stream this on Twitch with the new update, I'll go through it. Yeah, you need a visual to actually see what this means. It does make sense when you see a visual. Believe me, it actually does make sense. So for now, we're just gonna put a pin in this until this actual update happens and I stream it. But yeah, there is actually this actually does make sense what they did with this. I'm actually happy that they did it too. You know, so it should make it easier as well for you guys to distinguish what's on your gear now when you go to your menu. Like for example, if you wanted to switch it out or borrow it from another costume, you'll know immediately what you need and what you have on that, gear that you crafted or unlocked, through the gotcha banner with weapons. Well, actually, wait, no. Those are only exclusive. Sorry, those are only exclusive. Sorry, pardon me for that. Just the UR gear or SR gear you craft, basically, you'll be able to see now, and you'll know immediately, like, oh, okay, so I can just borrow this gear now because these stats are what I'm looking for to put on in this situation. So, yeah, they should have included a visual for this, but it's okay. Let's see here. Other changes, information. Let's see. Fatigue temporary characters will now be automatically revived and fully heal without resting at ends during normal difficulty in character packs and event packs. Okay. Purchase limits for the in-game and web shots will now be synchronized. The character search feature will now be added to the following contents: Last Night, Fiend Hunter Guild Raid, Battle Formation and Mirror Wars, Collection, select or draw targets, home screen standing illustration setting, and home screen cutscene effect setting. Okay, then. Let's get it. Okay, guys, moment of truth, right? I know you guys are now anxious to see the beautiful ladies of summer here, right? So we have the Bikini Agent Sylvia costume and Sylvia's exclusive gear. If I pronounce this correctly, Primulin. Primulin. But anyway, here's the sexy Sylvia, guys. So this is her new costume. This is her new look. I already displayed this. I already talked about this a little bit, but we're now going to look into her overall skill cutscene. So take a nice look at her. You'll be seeing her in the banner pool. Okay? Okay, so let's go take a look at her skills here and try to get, a basic understanding of what and how we're going to put her on a team. So basic Agent Sylvia. She's a physical type damage dealer, by the way. She does physical type damage. So very helpful for anyone that's needed a water type. Well, now you're in luck. Okay? So, for the sake of this video, we're just going to look at her from a +5 standpoint. But I am going to be going and looking at how to invest in her. So, let's see here. So, extends the duration of all buffs currently you currently have by 2 turns. Deal a number, whatever your physical damage percentage is on her. Okay. Physical damage to the enemy equal to 400% of your attack. Okay, so that's at +0. So SP cost is 5 and cooldown time is 5. Okay, so we're going to have to change that. So +1, this is actually where, in this case, like I always say, 90% of the time, costumes always have their SP decreased when you unlock a copy of them. That's 90% of the time. I know Angelica was a little different because you had to get her at +3 for that. But Bikini Agent Sylvia is going to be the same as how you normally would do this. So +1, her SP cost goes down by 1. So it's at 4 now. Okay. +2. So +2, that's when you see the percentage of the damage for physical is increased. So physical damage to the enemy equal to 475% of your attack. So it actually goes up by 75%. That's crazy. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay. +3, it's at 50%. +4, it's 625%. That is quite a leap. My goodness. And then at +5, it's 700%. Damn. That's a huge leap. Wow. Not gonna lie, that's actually that's a huge leap. Okay, so we're gonna have to talk about investment with this. Okay, so skill potential though. Let's talk about the skill tree before we get into it. Okay. So cooldown time is reduced by 2 turns. Nice. That means that instead of the cooldown time being 5, it'll be 3. So basically you'll be able to activate this skill every other turn. So that's actually really, really nice. So 3 turns. Wow. Cooldown time. Okay, so and you also get then damage percentages. So an extra additional 50% altogether. So if you really went all out for this costume, that means you would have, instead of physical damage to the enemy equal to 700%, it'll be 750% of your attack. Dude, that's a lot. Now this goes, like I said, this reflects on how well you've built her and how much you've invested with her gear building, okay? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, though, okay? Because the percentage of the attack is based off of how much physical damage you have for her. That's why it says deal end damage or deal end physical damage. This means how much physical damage you have altogether with your gear, your weapon, and then it's reflected off of like, 700% of that, you know. So that's what I mean. If you have her really built up with her other like costumes, you definitely will be kicking some serious ass. Okay, the range on this is okay. So range is actually it's actually like half of the overall field. Actually, in fact, I know I said that like so many times. Sorry about that. But yeah, it takes up half the field. That's not bad, actually. That is not bad. That's actually really nice. Oh yeah, I'm definitely pulling for Sylvia with this one. Very nice. Okay, so let's talk about investment now. Because this is going to be a little bit tricky because of the percentages and how far they like the gaps in between is a lot. In my opinion, I feel that is a lot. But it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but okay. But let me say, for the sake, like I said, for the sake of this video, it's going to be a +5, right? So at +5, you're going to be getting the SP for 4 and the cooldown time for 3. That is if you level up the skill tree, okay? Keep that in mind. You need the skill tree for this to happen. Plus, you get that additional 50% as well with the percentage here, okay? So, if you want to unlock her and you just want to go for the interaction scene at the Glippy Diner, like I said, you only need to unlock her. That's all you need to do, right? However, if you want to pull for her, but you don't want to invest too much with her, because keep in mind, there are actually other costumes here that I'm going to get to in a moment. But keep it in mind that always go for a copy of her. If you're going to try and invest in her a little, always get her to a +1 for her here in this particular case, okay? Getting them to a +1 is always a must. I would say investing. Let's see. Now, like I said, this is going to be based on how much you've built her, okay? And also if you have her other costumes unlocked, because that does add power to this. It adds power to her, I should say. So the more costumes you have unlocked, the more power you get to as well. So let's see here. So +3. So let's say, okay, so let's say +3 then. Thinking about this really quick. So at +3, it's 550% of your attack. Now, if you level up the skill tree on top of this, you'll get an additional 50%. Plus, the cooldown time is going to be 3. So let's see. So it'll be 3 here. That is if you level up the skill tree. And it'll be an additional 50% here. So this will be 600%. So it won't be hitting to the +4 marker as then, because it'll be like 25% less. However, that's still a great chunk of damage. But it depends, like I said, on how much you've built her. Right? That's still a lot. Now, if we look at her from +4, right? So cooldown time will be 3, along with the SP count being 4. 50% added to this is 675%, correct? Yeah. So 675%. That's still a great chunk of damage from percentage-wise. Okay, so investing, guys. I'm going to leave this. I never say this. I'm going to leave this up to you guys to decide, because the thing is, depending on how much you have her built and other costumes added to her, she could really hit like a truck in this case, right? She really could, because her cooldown time, especially with that skill tree upgrade, it'll be 3. So you'll be attacking every other turn, and that's insane, right? So depending on how you have her built, I would go with either the +3 or the +4 for investing then. She is insanely strong. This new costume, actually, I'm very surprised with. Especially the range it has on it. Because that's like half the field. This is basically, if you had Sacred Ustia, you would be basically cutting her range in half. This is what it would look like. So that's a lot. And Sacred Ustia covers basically the entire field. So if you cut that in half from her range, this is what it would look like. So yeah, Sylvia. Wow, she's really killing it here. This makes me wonder now what Rubia's looks like. I'm very impressed. See, the only Sylvia one that I'm missing is the Admiral one. I'm missing her Admiral costume. That's the only one I'm missing of Sylvia's. So for me, this will be a great benefit. Oh, wow. But yeah, investment-wise, guys, I'm going to leave it up to you. Depending on how much you have her built for you guys, like for your, how many Sylvias you have, how much, you invested in her gear. This is going to be a very huge advantage for you, especially against that the crab mother monster. The Fiend Hunter one. So +3 or +4, I would say then. If you've heavily invested in her, I would definitely do it. Now, +5 is basically like if you just want that insane amount of damage, then go for it. But I would say +3 or +4 then. But if you don't want to invest in her and you still want to have her unlocked, though, I would unlock her and just get an extra copy. If you want to, that is, if you want to. But just keep in mind, she is very strong. And then this means that if you do unlock her, right, and you get the other Sylvia costumes unlocked later on, for any new players, that is, she'll help you intensely, especially as a water type. My God. Especially as a water type. That is impressive, I gotta say. Because magic with water type right now is really up there with elements. Like, the most powerful elements as of right now with magic is dark and light. They are the two, as of right now, that are the strongest. We're still waiting to see a new fire type with magic, because Levy and Lowen are right now at the moment killing it with it. So as of right now, with physical type, though, water got a huge advantage just now. That's impressive. The thing is with this, pairing her up with Summer Teresse or Beachside Angel Teresse, oh my goodness. She's going to hit like a truck. Oh yeah, definitely, because she also extends the duration of all buffs. So that means that if she's buffed up, right, she extends it by an extra 2 turns. Oh wow, I just thought about that too. Because it says you currently have by 2 turns of all buffs. So it's much like Nebris in a way. Because Nebris is because Office Nebris, her skills are based off of how much buffs she has on her. But in this case, for Sylvia, she's extending the duration of all the buffs that she has on her by an additional 2 turns. Oh yeah, she's definitely going to be someone to go for with this one. Not just for the looks and the interaction scene, but damage-wise. Oh yeah, guys. This is happening. This is happening. This is happening when I pull for her. This is happening. Most definitely. That's incredible. Yeah, this is Sylvia. My goodness, I know, right? She really lives up to that Bikini Agent, right? My goodness, that's insane. Okay, well, we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I want to see the numbers that she does, like, damage-wise. Okay, so if we go now, we look at her weapon here. This is her exclusive gear. Do you have to go for it? Well, based on what I've seen just now with this, I mean, this is gonna be up to you guys. You can get away with not going for it. You can just craft a UR weapon. So it's not that much of a stretch. So you don't have to go for it if you don't want to. You want to save up for like Rubia, right? Honestly, I would save up for Rubia if you're a newcomer, just because you'll be spending on draw tickets, and if you don't have enough at the moment or gems, I would save up them for just Rubia. You can always unlock this later down the line, and you never know. You can get it on the lucky draw as well. The exclusive ability on this is the attack 45 percentage. That's her exclusive ability on this. So yes, you do get a ton more damage out of this, especially now that her new costume is unlocked. But yeah, that's gonna be up to you. But I would say you can get away with just crafting a UR gear if you don't want to spend your draw tickets and wait for Rubia. Or for the additional ones that I'm about to show you, then keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, guys. So they are doing reruns here. And yes, Pool Party Schera has come back. I was waiting for this to happen too since last year. And the year before. Well, actually, wait a minute. No, last year, I mean. Sorry. Excuse me for saying that. Since last year, I've been wanting to go and get more pulls for Pool Schera. But at the time, I wasn't too lucky with it. But this time around, it's going to be different. So let's take a look at Pool Party Schera. This is her. There she is. She's got her water gun here, right? Very beautiful design. And yeah, she is the one that will be seen in the event story as well now with Teresse in the seasonal event story. This is her. I know, she is beautiful. She is very beautiful. I love her swimsuit. It is really nice. It totally matches her too. But let's take a look at her. So for the rerun here, guys, so like I said, she's a limited. So this is a limited pull. Okay, keep that in mind. It's a limited. Okay, so Pool Party Schera here. So at +0, guys, her SP cost is 3. Her cooldown time is 5. Right? Okay, so attack the enemy 5 times, dealing magic damage equal to 30% of your magic attack per hit. And she also does remove buffs from the enemy. So this is why a lot of people use her for for the towers and also for other certain modes too as well. So yeah, she is very, very helpful and beneficial in a lot of ways for fighting, because she has this debuff removal thing here. Like she debuffs not debuffs. She removes the buff. Sorry, she removes buffs from the enemy. So this is why she's very helpful with this. Now there are 3 other costumes you can have for her. This is just basically something a little special for limit. Like I said, it's a limited pull. Okay, happens one time. Every now and then. So if we look at her investment wise, okay, so she's also now a special case, just like Angelica. So the SP cost goes down by 1 at +3. So investing in her definitely would be at +3. It's very easy to figure this one out because of this, okay? The SP cost goes down by 1 point, so it's 2. Not expensive at all, right? However, this is if you want to invest in her, okay? Now, if we look at her at +1, magic damage equal to 38% of your magic, so it goes up. It goes up by 8%. At +2, it's 46%, so that goes up an additional another 8% there. +3, the SP cost goes down by 1, so it's 2 SP. At +4, it's magic damage equal to 53% of your magic attack per hit. And at +5, it's magic damage equal to 60% of your magic attack per hit. So, very helpful in a lot of cases here, guys. Cooldown time reduced by 2 turns. Okay, so this goes down to 3, so it would be every other turn. So much like Sylvia's, Schera's here, her summer one, it'll be the same thing. It'll be every other turn. Skill potential goes up by an additional 20%. So that means, okay, so for the sake of this video, at +5, we're looking at 2 SP. Cooldown time is at 3 turns with the skill tree upgrade. And then magic attack the enemy 5 times, dealing magic attack equal to 80% of your magic attack per hit. Remove buffs from the enemy. So that's only if you level up the skill tree and you have her at +5. Now, Investing at +3, let's see, so 46%, so an additional 20%, that'll be 66%, right? Plus the cooldown time. So at +3, she's looking to be the same thing. SP is at 2, cooldown time is at 3 turns. However, her magic attack, instead of like 80%, it'll be at 66%. That's still a lot, mind you. That's still a lot because it's per hit. That's 5 times, okay? So 5 times, and you do the math, right? That's still a lot. So investment wise, guys, +3, she'd be sitting pretty there. +5, obviously, you're gonna have a huge damage overall, but like I said, +3 is still a lot of damage. So there you guys go. There's the news and investment for Summer Shada here. Plus, she is an excellent addition to your Shada collection if you're a huge Shada fan. She is an excellent condition. She is an excellent choice to have. So that's my my thinking on it. Okay. Her exclusive weapon, you can have it. If you want to go for it, it's much like Sylvia's. You don't have to have it, but you can. It adds an additional 45% with magic attack. But like I said, for any new players, I would just save up. I would just craft gear. If you're going for Summer Shada and you want her as a collection, like you want her in your collection, I mean, sorry. It's gonna be a little iffy because the thing is, like I said, +3 is where you would want her to be at because of the SP reduction. But if you do still want her, I would just then just unlock her to unlock her, because you do have like 3 additional like other Shadas that you can use that do all the same thing with removing buffs from the enemy. Okay, it's totally up to you though what you want to do with that. Okay, so let's see. Now I said I was gonna be getting back to this. So Beachside Angel Teresse's costume is having yet again another rerun. So this means, guys, if you did not go for her and you missed out on her through June and July and her banner, here is your last time to do this. So do not waste it, okay? Because she is a limited. Now, this is something I'm going to say right now, and I always say this when it comes to Beachside Angel Teresse, is this. So she is very strong as a supporter, okay? In fact, she's one of the strongest supporters you can have in this game. As of right now, she is up there. Up there. The reason why is because she is used for both physical damage and for magic damage. So this is why she's so unique, is because she doesn't just, help one side. She helps both types of like damage dealers. Okay? And the thing with this is as well, since Summer Shada and Bikini Sylvia now, their attacks are like less than 5 chain, or like they're at 5 chain, because Summer Shada is I believe at 5. Yeah, 5 here. She's still meeting the requirements. She is still meeting the requirements for Summer Teresse or Beachside Angel Teresse's augmentation ability. Because if we look at it, it says apply an augmentation effect to allies for 4 turns, increasing their damage dealt by 100% when attacking enemies with a chain count of 5 or less. So Summer Shada still is reaching that. She didn't pass it up at all, so this is why it would be beneficial to her here, okay? Also, like I said, Sylvia, this would also benefit Sylvia too, okay, by a lot. This is why I said, in my previous videos that I made, that if you were going for Sacred Eustia, Summer Shada or Beachside Angel Teresse here was really beneficial to you, because she only did like 1-shot attacks. So it was a no-brainer, right? But here we are again, guys, with Summer Teresse here. I know, I call her Summer Teresse just because there's only one Summer Teresse right now. Okay? But if we look at her, +1, her SP cost is reduced by 1 point, so it's at 3. Okay? +2, the increased damage dealt is increased by 20%, so it's 120%. At +3, the duration for the augmentation effect to allies is extended to 8 turns here. Okay? +4, damage dealt by the augmentation effect is 140%. At +5, it's 160%. And then if we look at the skill tree, SP is reduced again by 1 point. So it'll be 2 points in total for SP cost. And then the increased damage dealt by 20 and 20, so an additional 40%. So that means her damage dealt with her augmentation ability here is going to be at 200% at +5. So, investment wise. Now, this is like the only time I'll ever say this, most likely, unless they unlock or have another costume much like Teresse's here. I would say +5 in her is legit the way to go. Okay? I know it's crazy, right? I know this. But the thing is, it's just that sweet damage, man. And you see the numbers on your screen. It's so worth it. It is. It is so worth it. Now, if you don't want to invest too much in her, I would say at least, let's see. I would say at least +3 in her would be the way to go. Because at +3, you're getting the effect extended to 8 turns instead of 4 turns. So that's a huge increase, guys. A huge increase, you know, with how long this lasts. As well as the additional 40% from the skill tree as well, and the SP cost reduction. So it'll still be at 2. And the damage dealt is going to be at 160%. So it'll be exactly like if you had her at +5. You see this? 160 here. So it'll be the exact same thing. So 40% here would be 160%. So you'll still be having her sitting pretty with a +5 like upgrade, you know, at +3 basically. Okay? But that's what I would say. However, since she is a limited, guys, and we don't know if we'll see her again next year, but I feel honestly sure that she'll rerun again because she's so, like, you know, strong with support. I would say go for her. I know it's crazy because the thing is, guys, you know, we have Sylvia, we have Summer Schera, who's another limited, but you got to keep in mind, you got to keep this in mind. Schera and Teresse have rerun a lot. They have rerun a lot, okay? So in case anybody out there says that, oh, this game only caters to, like, limiteds and stuff, guys, they no longer do limiteds from now on. This was something they even said. I know, amongst other things, I know, I get it, but this was something that they did stand strong on. They aren't going to be doing any more limiteds. So the only limiteds you'll ever see in this game, as of right now, are going to be the ones that they tell you about. Okay, I believe the last ones in this case were was actually Bunny Lowen. I believe she was like the last limited that they ever have now in the game, because they did say they weren't going to do any more limiteds after that 1.5 stream last year in December. They did say this. You know, they did say this. So Bunny Lowen was the last one that they had. Correct? But just like I said, keep this in mind though. You know, they don't do limiteds, and that's actually one of the biggest things as to, which is another additional reason why I would love the game to still succeed, is because limiteds are a pain in the ass when it comes to them being chosen like that. Because, you know, let's just say for the sake of this video that, like, you know, Summer or Beachside Angel Teresse wasn't a limited, and like Summer Schera here, or Beachside Pool Party Schera here wasn't a limited, right? I mean, they would make excellent additions just in general, correct? For you being able to get to the Powder Hope shop, Golden Thread shop, Selective Draw shop, and the other Selective Draw shop that they have, right? So, like, yeah, it would be incredible, right? It would be. But for now, you got to look at it from this way, okay? They're still limited. However, they are worth it. They are worth it. And now, I'm going to say this. If you have, like, draw tickets and gems, I would go for Summer Schera or Beachside Angel Schera, because Sylvia here is in a limited. She is going to be in, like, the Powder of Hope shop, Golden Thread shop, and the other shops, okay? So you'll still be able to unlock her, okay? You'll still be able to do this, okay? For free, mind you. In the sense, it is for free. You just need the materials for it. But obviously, those materials add up because you're going to be drawing anyway in a banner. So you get those materials when you do draw, okay? But yeah, so I would go for Beachside Angel Teresse in this case. if you want to go for someone, I would go for her. That is if you don't have her. That is if you don't have her still and you want her. She is someone that does help out a ton in a lot of modes. Not to mention, she does work well both for magic and physical damage dealers. Okay, so keep that in mind. But the choice is up to you ultimately in the end. Okay, but she does help a ton, especially with this augmentation effect. It is crazy beneficial. Okay, very beneficial to a lot of costumes. Okay, now if we take a look at her gravure or gravure, I believe that's how you pronounce it, gravure. Um, now they were talking about how the exclusive stats for this weapon in particular is going to be changed from attack percentage to health. Because the thing is, nobody uses Teresse for DPS. I know she has like a costume that does do bleed, and it's a knockback type. But the thing is, everyone uses her for support. That's what I mean by this. This is why I said also goes to the additional reason as to why I would just go for Beachside Angel Teresse instead. Okay? And then just slowly get Sylvia, Bikini, and even made Bikini Rubia, and just wait on it, or just go for them through the Golden Thread shop that resets each month, or the Powder of Hope shop. You can just get a copy of them that way. Okay? But yeah, since she is limited, I would go for her. Okay? But yeah, so they did say that this exclusive gear is gonna have their exclusive stat change to HP, which is actually, it makes more sense. They are also going to be changing, now that I'm on the topic, they are going to be changing Morpheus. They're going to be changing they're going to be changing Eclipses, Leatrices, and Celia's, as well as Teresse's here. Their exclusive gears. They're going to be changing their exclusive gears trait to be, well, except for Teresse's. Everyone else is going to be changed from crit rate percentage to crit damage percentage. Sorry, my mind right now. But yeah, they're going to be changed to crit damage percentage, which actually makes a lot more sense. So I am very happy to see this new change implemented, because it is something that, because like I have their exclusive gears. The thing is, I don't use them is because they're more catered for like PvP mode, right? But now that they're changing these exclusive stats to make more sense, I'm going to be using them now. So I am very excited, like I said, because this is actually something that needed to be done. And guess what? The devs did deliver on this. So this is why I said, they do a lot of changes in this game that are beneficial to us, the players. So this is actually very helpful for us. And then another costume, and she is not limited. Okay, so you can get her other ways, is the lovely and sexy beach vacation Morphia. She is also having a rerun. I don't know why they didn't put her here. But you know what? I am going to nonetheless talk about her because they are rerunning her. But I'm going to talk about her, okay? So I know she's not on the page. I know she's not. But if we look at her, so she basically just summons clones on the field. This is actually something that's spammed a lot in PvP mode. You'll be seeing a lot of Morphia users that do this. I know it's a pain, but it is a technique that you can use and abuse in PvP. I know it's a pain, guys. I know. I've seen it so many times where I just wanted to, scream about it. If you watched me do PvP on my Twitch channel, it is insane how much it is spammed. See, the crazy thing about this is because Morphia's cloning ability that she summons, right? She does it every turn, because the cooldown time on her attack or her skill summoning, I believe, is 1 turn if you do the skill tree level up. Now I'm trying to do this by memory, but it is actually every turn, I believe. So the thing I would constantly see in PvP mode is players just have her there and they just keep summoning just clone after clone. And she summons 2, mind you. It's not 1, it's 2. So you can get up to like 4, 6 clones on the field if you don't attack her and she's like your first priority. But then again, you don't know if she'll be on the field, is because everything's, a mystery. You don't know who you're going up against in PvP mode, which is actually a nice balance to that, because you don't know who they have. You don't know who they have on your team. It's just basically a blind sort of like, run through of it. Okay? Which is why I love it. But when you encounter Beach Morphia or Beach Vacation Morphia on the field in PvP mode, yeah, you're like hoping that someone on your team wipes her out first, is because she's just gonna keep summoning. And the clones, mind you, are kamikaze, and they do a shit ton of damage. They do so much. They wipe you out in a hit. That's how much. And they also have a field, like a range. On top of that, they have a range too. So yeah, she is very, very strong and busted for this, among other ways. But here's the lineup, guys. The costume pickup schedules are here, so I'll just read them to you. So we have the lovely Apostle Olivia. She is ending on August 13th, which is tomorrow. So if you didn't pick her up now, I would highly either think about it or just save up for, any future costumes you want to go for here that I just, showcased, or not showcased, but I talked about. And yeah. Beachside Justice Mikaela, she is also ending on August 13th as well. She is also a very strong magic dealer, by the way, so keep that in mind too. Angelica's Pool Party one, she is going to be ending on August 20th, so you do have 8 more days for her. Now, new Bikini Agent Sylvia, so after August 13th, which is going to be August 14th, that's when she's going to appear, and she's going to go through August 27th. Okay? Summer Shada for Pool Party Shada, Beachside Angel Teresse, or Summer Shada, or Summer Teresse, sorry. They are both going to be going from August 14th through September 11th, though. So you do have a lot more time with this to decide on what you want to do, okay? You have a lot of time to decide about this, okay? And then we have Beach Vacation Morphia. She's going to be unlocking on August 21st. And she's going to be going through September 3rd. Ooh, that's a very important day. So yeah, September 3rd for her. Now, there's the lineup with the scheduling. Their exclusive gears are actually the same as their release days and their beach scheduling. Their costume pickup schedules, okay? It's the same thing. Okay, guys. Powder of Hope shop is going to include Apostle Olivia, Reclaim Destiny Sacred Eustia, Beachside Justice Mikaela, and the Sword Queen Sylvia. Ooh, nice. So we are going to have another Sylvia in the Powder of Hope shop. So I can plus another Sylvia of mine. Nice. Makes sense. Mirror War shop costume sale schedule. Anti-Dystopia Deanna still running through August 27th. She's basically someone that supplies barriers. So, like, she actually helps out Blade a lot because Blade's health is very low. And that's what makes up for this is barriers. So, like, Deanna works well for her. Or Anti-Dystopia Deanna, I should say. Golden Thread Shop. We still have the lovely and cute little Rue for Nature's Claw Rue running through August 27th. Okay? So there's the lineup, guys, for what's going on. And if you want to read the rest of the dev notes, this is what's going on with the fixes they did. But yeah, thank you all for coming on out. And if you watched this video through and through, I do appreciate it as well. And I hope you guys, enjoy the rest of the summer. Because there's still a lot to go on with this, okay? Because we still have Maid Bikini Rubia still in the works. So we still have her as well as the additional maybe other reruns. So you never know. It can happen with the reruns. But I think the reruns, it's getting more or less over with them. With the reruns as of right now. But yeah, we still have Maid Bikini Rubia, okay? So with that being said, guys, good luck on your polls. Have fun with the events. And also, good luck with building your gear up and everything like that too as well. Let's have a great rest of the summer. And until then, guys, you all have a great one. And if you have any comments for me or just want to say something about this video in general, you're more than welcome to. I'll answer the best I can. But yeah, with that being said, I'll be showcasing this on my Twitch channel. So until then, guys, stay safe and healthy, stay classy, stay hydrated. And until the next, take care.